Hi everyone, it's Miss Stone Home, and today I'm going to be making Finikia, which is a nut-filled honey cookie, and it's a Greek cookie. Some people call it a Christmas cookie. So the first ingredients that we're going to put in the food processor, and you can use a stand mixer or a hand mixer as well, is we are going to put in 3 tablespoons. I just have it in here of sugar. It's okay. Put this in, please. Okay. And a cup of vegetable or olive oil or canola oil. I'm using canola oil. And this is a cup. Going to help me? Thank you.
Is that enough?
This is half a cup of orange juice. Any type of orange juice. I actually squeeze my clementines. And help me put this in? Okay. Good girl. And I just put in 1 stick, which is about half a cup of like room temperature butter. So we're just going to pulse this together to blend it. So we just pulsed that for about 5 seconds or so. So now we're putting in 1 well-beaten egg.
Wow.
We're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So there's the first. Okay. Here's number 2.
I want to do it.
All right. Now is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And half a teaspoon, go ahead, of baking soda. So we're just going to give that a quick spin. Okay. So in here, we're ready to add the flour. It's just regular all-purpose flour. It's going to be between 3½ to 4 cups of sifted flour. So I'm just going to do about half a cup or a cup at a time. And you just want it to be kind of a soft cookie dough. So anywhere between 3½ and 4 cups. So that's about half the flour. I just pulsed it, so we're getting a little bit thicker. Good. So I did all 4 cups of flour, and you can see that it has come together. So our dough is made, and now we are going to do like the nut filling. So in just the same processor, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Go ahead. 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then a cup of nuts. I'm using pecans, walnuts, doesn't matter, whatever your preference is.
Yes?
So they're all going in, and then we're just going to chop them up so they're fine.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
Okay, one now.
Okay. Gotta test it, make sure it's good, right? So now we are ready to assemble our cookie. Here is my dough, and then in this bowl here, I have my cinnamon sugar nut mixture. So you're going to take
My reindeer food.
yes, or reindeer food. You're going to take about a small egg size amount of dough. So I put it into my hand, and then I'm just kind of flattening it out. Now I'm going to reach in and just take some of the cinnamon, sugar, and nuts.
But the reindeer
A teaspoon or so. Okay, I'm sorry, reindeer food. So now I'm going to curl the edges up, almost like, you know, a taco.
Like a taco? Like a little...
And then you're just trying to close it up, so what you're doing is you're hiding the nuts on the inside. Curl up the edges a little. So I took it from the sides, and then I took it from the end. So this is what it looks like. And then what I'll do is I just kind of like cut my hands together to kind of press it and seal it. And then just form it into like a domed oval, like that. And if you think this side, usually the bottom side looks a little bit better. And that's how you do it. But you'll kind of find how it works for you, how you prefer to kind of close them up. Some people will even just form the ovals, take this small like egg amount of dough, form the ovals, and then just sprinkle the cinnamon sugar on top to save time. So it's just whatever you prefer. But I just use the palm, press it out flat. Grab my nut mixture.
It's like a little pillow.
Or a taco. Just kind of start folding it in on itself. So some of the cinnamon and sugar will go on the outside of the cookie, but that's okay. You know, it's all the same flavors. And if I have any cinnamon and nuts and sugar left over, I'm going to sprinkle it on top. I'm not going to waste it. And then just cupping my hands together to press it. And there's another cookie. So these are going in an oven at 350. And I have a lightly greased sheet that I put them on for 20 to 25 minutes until they are kind of a light golden brown. And I wound up with more than that, so I'm going to do a couple batches. While my cookies are in the oven, I am going to make the syrup. This is what gets drizzled on top that makes them sweeter. So in here I already have 2 cups of sugar. And I'm going to add 2 cups of water and just kind of slowly dissolve that. Probably medium for about 10 minutes or so. All the sugar is dissolved, and in I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of lemon. I already have 1, that's my second one. And then we're going to put a cup of honey. All right, my helper has arrived. So we're going to do a cup of honey, and there's 12 ounces in this container, so we're going to put about 2/3 in. Okay, whoa. And we're just going to let that dissolve and cook for about 10 minutes on medium or low, just till it's all just dissolved. Syrup mixture is off of the heat, and it is just cooling now. And then I just pulled out my cookies, maybe 23, 24 minutes, and they're hard, they're light brown, and the bottoms are just a light brown as well. So the cookies are a little warm, the syrup is a little warm, so that will help it soak in better. So what I'm going to do is take a cookie, I have a slotted spoon, sit it on top of there. And then I'm going to use this spoon to just kind of help get the top. So you don't want to do this for very long. You just want to watch it and make sure they don't fall apart. First time I ever made it, they fell apart dunking them. So then I just drizzled. So I don't know why it's letting me dunk it now. So I want to keep it in long enough so the syrup really has a chance to kind of soak all the way through, but obviously not fall apart. So I'm just going up and down. Just watching it. If you don't do it long enough, then it won't soak in and it won't kind of give it that great honey flavor. But obviously you don't want it to fall apart. So like some instructions will say no more than 2 minutes. But I think, I don't know, a minute or less is sufficient. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to put it on just a little plate. And then I have my extra nuts and cinnamon and sugar. So I will just sprinkle it down the middle like that. And then to serve them, just because they are like sticky with the honey, I move them to just a little cupcake liner like that. And that is my finished Finikia cookie. So here's my finished plate of Finikia, and I just have my cute little cupcake liners underneath. And I'm just going to wrap these up. You can put them in the fridge, leave them out on the counter. We have company coming in 2 days, so I'm probably just going to wrap them with some saran wrap and leave them out. And they kind of get better as, you know, time goes and the honey sinks in. And then with the ones that I have left, I'm going to stick them in the freezer for Christmas Eve for Santa Claus.